Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all for tuning in out there in the YouTube world, or wherever you are right now. Thank you for tuning into another edition of the Gare Bear Review. And today, despite on what you see behind me, we are going to, and what you may think of this lovely outfit my producer set up for me, we are going to go over Sinister 2. Yes, now this is obviously the sequel to the already popular Sinister series, and they're obviously probably going to do a third one, so we'll see how this ends. But I am actually going into this movie, and this may shock you a bit, I'm actually going into Sinister 2 without seeing the first one. I know. I just didn't have time. I just never got around to it. Just never, poked my interest. I mean, it poked my interest, but I just never got around to it. And now it's kind of fun. This had a very interesting connection to the first one, at least from what my friends are telling me, who I saw it with. It only has one character. It tends to mention a lot of what happened in the previous one, so that's kind of cool. It just ended up being a nice sequel to, what you're gonna see. Now does have a little bit of people who aren't really well known. I mean, you have Shannon's Sassamon. I can't pronounce her name. She's I believe she's Dutch or French or something. The last time we probably saw her was Sleepy Hollow. She plays Pandora. If you don't know her from that, she was actually from A Knight's Tale, and she's also in Wayward Pines, also, which is kind of cool. And the cast actually brought a nice little, nice little thing for me here, because I like going to movies not knowing anybody. It's kind of if you think about it, go back to the review that we did of the show that we did with Paranormal Activity. I think it was I don't know if it was the previous one. I don't think it was the previous one. It was the one with the girl from Gary Unmarried. She was in that show, and I knew her from that show, and she's actually from Supernatural also. It was actually kind of funny, because now that I know that she's an actress, it kind of took away from the realistic element to it. So I was kind of put out on that. But it's kind of like what you get here, but the opposite. I don't really know these actors or actresses, so I don't know. It gives a sense of realism, which is what I kind of like about it. It's cool, and sometimes you need that in a movie, where, especially in a real life event that could or could not happen, it happens. In Sinister 2, there's folklore that actually pertains to this situation. There are demons, there are things that, creep in the night, that tend to feed off of children. And that's what you get from this. I get the Children of the Corn vibe, because of all the children trying to get the other kids involved, trying to kill their parents and their families. It's a good step towards what they're building, and I like it. The only thing I don't like is the jump scaring. They need to cut that shit out. Either scare me or don't. It's simple as that. And I mean, Paranormal Activity, you need to take lessons from some other directors, because same deal. Just learn from other horror movie directors. Learn from, actors as well. Enough with the jump scares. We don't need it. Either scare us or don't. We don't need to feel, in the first. If you go back to the first Paranormal Activity, it showed you. You hear the music. It's like the air is getting sucked out of the, out of the room, and you just feel that presence that something bad's going to happen, and you know it. Sometimes it doesn't within that second, but it happens regardless. So, I digress, and going back to Sinister 2. There's jump scares, like up the wazoo. Nothing really potentially scares you per se. It more of just freaks you out. Because, what if that did happen? It's kind of creepy to think that while you're sleeping all happy and loving, and the your fucking kid who sleeps five doors down, or, whatever, is actually being manipulated by ghost children trying to kill you. It's fucking messed up. which is why I like this movie. I liked it from just seeing this point of view. I liked the direction that it was going. I do plan to seeing the first one just to see where the connections, and I'll probably get even more of the whatever happened in two better. Obviously, this was a lot better than the other sequel that they did with that Disney girl. I can't remember the name of the movie, but we definitely did a review, so check it out. Obviously, you should also check out our channel. Obviously, you could do that. All this crazy and funniness. I couldn't carrot at all. Get it? Because I'm a carrot. I'm gonna kill you, Kevin. Yeah, so do that. Give it a thumbs up. Share it. Whatever you gotta do. Should like, subscribe to our channel. Also, stay tuned because we're gonna find a chunk of cheese at the end of the maze because we're going over Maze Runner 2. Yeah, they brought it back for some unknown reason. But stay tuned for that. Bye!